So now what we're going to do is take a look at using these two quadratic equations that are below, and we're going to figure out what the axis of symmetry and the max or minimum value happens to be. So it gives us a hint here that we have to figure out what the vertex is for each of them. So the nice thing about the first one is that it's actually given to us in vertex form. And because it's in vertex form, we can quickly identify the A, H, and K values. So our A value is 1, our H value is -4, and our K value is 3. So that means that the vertex, which is always at the HK value, the vertex is -4, +3. So we have to figure out the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry happens when x is equal to the h value. And in this case, our h value is -4, so axis of symmetry happens at 4, or at -4 rather. And the minimum and the maximum value, that always happens, or the optimum value. In this case, so the min-max value happens at k. And because the a value is positive, we know that it's going to be a minimum value. And that minimum value is going to happen at the k value, which is +3. Okay? So the example on the right here is a little bit more complex because it's given to us in standard form, so we need to actually go through and figure out the zeros first, and then from the zeros we can determine the information. So let's go through and actually figure out what the factored form of this equation is going to be. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to -48 and that add together to give me -2. So 1 and -48 adds to -47. 2 and -24 multiplies to -48 but adds to -22. -48 divided by 3 would give me -16, but when I add those I get -13. 4 and -12, those add to give me -8. Yes, -8. 48 is not divisible evenly by 5. So 6 and -8, when I add those two things together, I get -2. So therefore, 6 and -8 are the factors that I'm looking for. So I'm going to write this as y is equal to, y is equal to x plus 6 and x minus 8. So that means that our zeros are going to be -6 and +8. So our axis of symmetry is again the average of those two things. So -6 plus 8 all divided by 2 is going to be 2 over 2, which is equal to 1. So when the x value is 1. So then what I need to do is I need to substitute x into the original, or one of the equations. So I'm going to substitute it into the factored form of the equation. And again, the factored form of the equation is x plus 6, x minus 8. So I'm just going to substitute my x value in, and I know that's 1. So 1 plus 6 times 1 minus 8. So I can figure out what the brackets are. That's going to give me 7 times -7. So the y value is -49. Okay, so my vertex is at 1, -49. Okay, so the 1 tells me when you get the optimum value, and the y coordinate tells me the optimum value. Okay, so again, just going through the same skills that we've already learned to to get our final answer. So we got to factor and use our zeros to figure out this axis of symmetry, and then we can use the axis of symmetry to figure out the y value, and therefore we get the entire vertex.